guys, so I'm back. Usually in my hiking gear, but today it's super hot out, so I'm in my pool gear. So today I want to talk about some hiking terms. It seems that backpackers have their own hiking language. So let's start with number one. Number one is through hiking. So through hiking is actually the act of hiking from one end of the trail to the other in full. So they complete the whole trail. So if you complete that whole trail, then you're considered a through hiker. So number two is section hiking, and that's exactly how it sounds. So you're only hiking a section of the trail. Not everyone is able to hike a long trail, so that's what they do. They do them in sections. So the third one that you may hear about is the Triple Crown, and that is completing all three of the long hikes in the United States, which is the Pacific Coast Trail and the Continental Divide Trail and the Appalachian Trail. And that's what they call it. If you complete all three of those, then you're a Triple Crowner. Number four is peak bagging. This would be hikers that are trying to collect a bunch of summits. So like in New Hampshire, they would have a list of all of the mountains that are over 4,000 feet. So they would attempt to climb all of those. Another term you might hear is slack packing. So slack packing is carrying just a small pack on your back with just the necessities that you would need that day. Typically what happens is you would get dropped off by a shuttle or something, and you would just carry what you needed. So like rain gear, water, snacks, and your first aid kit, and you would hike all day long, and then they would probably pick you up at the other end and take you back to your hostel that you're staying at. And this just makes it easier to hike, and it relieves pressure off your knees. A lot of people will do it when they're injured, so it helps a little bit that way. But that's what slack packing is. You're just not carrying everything in your regular backpack. Number six is a NERO. So a NERO is when you just hike a small amount of miles into a town, and then you're taking that night off, like staying in the town. Or you've stayed in town overnight, and then you don't start backpacking until later on in the day. But basically the gist of it is you've only hiked a small amount of miles. So that leads up to number seven, which is a 0 day. And a 0 day, as you can imagine, just means that we don't hike any 0 trail days that day. So nothing on the trail that day. So next we have NOBO, and NOBO stands for hiking northbound. So I will be hiking northbound next year, so I'll be starting in Georgia and hiking north to Maine. Of course, after NOBO, we have SOBO. So SOBO is hiking from the north to the south. So you're heading south. And last but not least, we have a flip-flop hike. So a flip-flop hike, you could start in the middle and hike to the north, and then go from the north back to the middle, and then hike down to the south. One of the reasons that they do a flip-flop could be for the weather. They may have started too late, so they start in the middle of the trail and go north to get there before the snow happens, and then they'll come back down and do the southern part of it. That's just one reason why. But basically it's just flip-flopping on the trail. So that's the terms that I have for you today. I do have quite a few more. I will break those up in between other ones, but for now that's all I have. So I hope you have a good day.